Hello there, my name is Retro. The first time seeing my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, all sup and computer random, and today we'll talk about Disenchantment Season 4. You have to say this season was okay. I mean, it's one of those seasons that half of it were really good, the other half kinda slow. I feel they were not sure how to keep building, it just slumped down. In fact, the rest of the half was sort of kind of connecting other story threads that did not finish and trying to continue finishing on, trying to remind you things happening to what happened to the very end. And I feel was sort of mishandled. But of course, this is Disenchantment, that's usually the normal. But besides that, the first episode was pretty interesting because you kind of find out what happens to Bean's mom, why she wants her daughter to bury the devil, because Bean's mom made a deal. We don't know what the deal was. The only thing you know is she had to pay her debt to the devil. The only way to pay it is basically marriage. But there was sort of a contract. This contract states that whoever was queen of Disenchantment has to marry the devil. And it makes sense why she sort of disappeared, because she doesn't want to marry the devil. This is the reason why he had a daughter, so she could take her place. And that is sort of sick and messed up. Luckily, Queen Bean sort of tricked her mother to sign the paperwork before her, so yeah, now Bean's mom became the wife of the devil. But something is sort of kind of disturbing about Bean's mom, that she's sort of okay with this. She's like, almost was everything planned. And that's the thing that makes her a very dangerous villain, that you can't really read her expression or understand her methods. It's like she keeps all her plans to herself, let things happen. If something doesn't plan correctly what she wanted, she's cool with it. She's just readdress her plan a different way. And that's why it made Bean's mom very dangerous, that you can't really predict her. And I think that's why I loved her character, because it's something that you don't know why, but at the same time you want to see how big the plan this actually was, or how it was made out on the spot. We don't know. Of course, Bean is barely escaped because of Lucy. Lucy saw what's going on, but the only problem is that last season Lucy got her head cut off and came back, convinced God to bring him back to Earth and sort of bring him back to his original body. But what's a problem in between this? Because the elflings, or whatever the underground elves, have this special goo they cannot stop talking about themselves. This goo can actually help Lucy return back. And this goo kind of messed with Lucy. The first time you saw that, you thought, oh well, this is normal, right? This is what Lucy is, an asshole. But he's getting worse and worse. And he kind of starting to notice this to the very end, and that's something kind of affects him in a way in his relationship with being an alpha, because they start to get tired of him why he acting this strangely. But once more, they sort of left it there for next season. But I do like what happened to Alpha. The last season, he was basically captured by the ogres, and you think, well, this is it, this is the point, Alpha will die. But no, Alpha has a reason being in the sort of ogre village, because the ogre queen wanted him. You thought, well, he's gonna be dinner, but no, this is a twist, that the ogre's queen was Alpha's mom. So that means Alpha is half elf and half ogre. On top of everything else, he has a half brother that he actually stabbed at the beginning of the series. Now he had to face him by trial by combat. And on top of this, he also is a prince of all ogres. So actually Alpha has a lot of things to sort of deal with, especially asking her own mother why he abandoned him and his father. And I loved her answer that she thought, well, you burned to death, that's why I thought I saw that. But it's sort of misinterpreted because the situation they actually were, like, a lot of things sort of happened. It was sort of a disaster, and you just see something there. It looks like your son and your husband, well, was burned to death. I didn't know what to do next. The only thing I need to do is go back home and marry the prince, and that's why I did. And that's sort of sad, because vice versa what happened to his Alpha's father, that he thought her wife died by trial, by action, in other words. And well, he had nothing else to do, he did the same. He went back to the elf village. And that's sort of interesting how Alpha sort of try to deal with this, especially everybody pressured him to kill his own brother for the prince name, and Elfo doesn't want to. And the whole thing with one major gag that Elfo has brother killed his own father by accident. Once more, everything feels like what Elfo real life happens. Yeah, I enjoy that sort of weird, quirky, odd situation that you don't believe, but it only happened to Elfo. That's what I felt. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Of course, I did like what happened to Zog, that he was left to be crazy in the loony bin, but the more trying to understand what's going on, he sort of slowly become back to his own sanity. But of course, I didn't like they sort of speed up the process a little bit too fast downwards. I kind of wish they took a little bit more time to his development too. He became back insane. But other than that, I did enjoy the ride, how he came back to normal, back to dreamland, how to help everyone what's going on, especially his left life and her daughter's left life, because King Zod had once more another kid. Like, this guy cannot have another child but a different wife every single season. He had 3 kids. I mean, calm down, man, you're kind of old. But besides that, you kind of understand Zod, because so much pressure becoming king, all the messed up happened in the past now he had to deal with, that he really did nothing else to do with. This once more is just sort of his ancestors. And on top of all this, trying to help his daughter to rule the kingdom, like he decided to split the kingdom in half, like, I rule on Mondays, you rule on Tuesdays, even back and forth. But I love it that he tried to give advice to Being, especially her love life, falling in love with a mermaid, and it trying to explain love is sort of complicated. Sometimes you fall in love just by accident, or appropriate times, or times that you think you're not ready, but love is sort of always uncertain. You sometimes have to jump in while knowing this is the right thing, because that's basically normal. You're never sure you're ready. Yeah, like that sort of conversation that Bean and Zod talked about, especially when Bean spelled out that she kept having weird, disturbing nightmares that someone is chasing her, or vice versa, she chasing her, and she realized, old Zod realized, that basically is part of the evil doppelganger who messing with you. Supposedly this world that you have another double person in your head that builds up later over the years if you serve or ignore it, and Being decided to face it because it just won't leave it alone. And she finally faced this evil doppelganger and explains she is basically the perfect being, the one who listens, the one who understands, and the one who sucks all the information till the dumbass being finally listens. But the good being actually realized this new being on her head is the one who always talking to her on her head when she's a little kid, but not talking about do good things, talking about doing evil stuff, like bringing down Dreamland. And she decided, you know what, if I kill you, I'll be okay, I'll be normal. But that was basically the whole point of evil being, that she wanted to be killed so she could take Bean's body, not Bean to sort of stuck in her own head and trying to figure out how to get out. And she did with Lucy's help, but at the same time it's a bit too late, because evil Bean contact the devil and her mother, trying to do this new plan, and everything went straight to hell now words. But once more, this show is sort of kind of unpredictable. Does it get better? No, but at the same time it's a fun ride because how crazy it really went, especially the other side characters like Freckles. They also try to take over the whole kingdom, trying to kill or divide the family, but have the small idea that Freckles is probably Zod's brother, maybe, because the show sort of hinted that could be Zod's brother, what happened to him, that sort of incident. But once more, it's not really confirmed till maybe next season. I really don't know. But this series is a good fun ride. I mean, of course, it could be better. I want it to be better, especially how everything sort of messed up, especially with Being, her father, Elfo, and Lucy, that they just need to talk about it, but something always interrupts them, some twist and turn. They try and figure out how to stop taking over their own homeland, and also all the lore in the world that is something in between or in under the castle magic. But much more, we really don't know. Probably that's sort of the gag of the whole series. But other than that, I did enjoy it. I have the one question: do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I really got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.